Okay, we'll do a coupler installation on the Atlas Trainman 2-bay center flow covered hopper. I want to remove the trucks. This is the 622 coupler from Trainworx. If you put it in there, you notice it's just a little bit too wide. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim the edges off, and I want to get right in the middle of this bar with my razor blade. Put it right there in the middle, and then I'll press the razor blade through it, just rocking back and forth. Do the same thing on the other side. Put it right in the middle, rock it back and forth. And now it should fit between the stirrups nicely. That's good. I want to trim the mounting pins off the back of the coupler right here. Trim these flush. The little opening for the coupler swing is a little narrower than the coupler conversion. So I need to trim out just a little square off of each side right here with my razor. I'm just going to wiggle it in, and I'll go in from the side and wiggle that in, and I'll just smooth it up, make sure it's square, and I'll do the same thing to the other side. And I'll smooth that up, and then I'll test the fit again to make sure that front is trimmed enough. Looks pretty good. So now I have to put new mounting pins a little bit lower so that they'll fit over the bolster. And I'm going to do that with 40 thousandths by 20 thousandths strip styrene. I'll use my double-sided tape just to kind of hold it in place so I can get a good position on it. I'll put that there on the edge, and I'll put my styrene flat on the tape. This is super glue, and I'll just put it right on that strip styrene. I'll carefully position my coupler and press it into place. And I'll take my razor blade, and I want to cut this just about a 1/16 of an inch longer than the coupler. And carefully take it off the tape. And I'll do the same thing to the other side. Put a little bit of glue on there, and then I'll press it into place. Holding that a few seconds till it dries. Then I'll clip this off right here. I got those 2 tabs on the back for mounting. Now I'll carefully remove that coupler from the double-sided tape. Looks like everything stayed glued. This is sticking out just a little bit here, so I'll go ahead and trim that off. Looks like it's going to work, so I'll go ahead and test fit that. Looks like a good installation. So I'll go ahead and put just a little bit of glue on each one of these tabs. A little bit across the front. That in, press it into place. This Atlas car had a really tall bolster, so I've trimmed it off flush so that I could put some Trainworx trucks on there with some smooth rolling Fox Valley metal wheels. You could probably do a similar installation by not trimming that, by going with the BLMA trucks, because they have a lot lower bolster on the truck to make up for that, and you may have to shim to get your height correct. I've installed the truck, so now I'm going to check the coupler height and trip pin gauge. Okay, now I'll check the trip pin height gauge. Looks pretty good. And I'll check the coupler height. That looks good.